Hi everyone, so I'm back. Yahoo! Raise the roof. Yeah, that was awkward. Yeah, I'm back. I went away, I came back, I went home, I went to Arizona, and now I'm back for good. And I'm in a really stressful time at the moment in my life because, well, Jack's graduating and we're basically looking at places in New York to move to, so I've got loads to do basically. So I'm going to try and kind of juggle doing that and sorting out jobs and stuff, makeup jobs, along with doing my YouTube channel. And today, even though I didn't really feel like filming, I went to the gym or whatever, I really was inspired to do kind of like a blown out, glamorous but not overly glamorous. I think that's what my videos are. They're like, they kind of they're like beautifying makeup but not overly done. That's what I'm about. I don't like overly done things. So that's what I kind of tried to do today with a bit of colour, because I just got this palette, so I wanted to use it. So yeah, just carry on watching if you want to see how to get this look, and I'll see you soon. Bye! Okay, so first of all, I'm going to be using the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask, and I'm actually going to be using this a really small amount on my eyebrows to give them a glossy finish, and also to help kind of brush them up, to make them look a little bit more fuller so you can see the individual hairs. So I'm applying a really small amount of that on, and also using another finger, I'm applying a small amount on my lips. So my lips will be nice and ready for when I apply lipstick. And I really like this actually, but the only thing I don't like about it is the packaging. You have to really squeeze it to get any out, but it's a lot better than having it in a tub, I guess. So once you've got that on, you can kind of play around with your eyebrows. You know, you can brush them up, you can tame them. I like to brush mine up to make them look slightly fuller. So I'm just using a spoolie, and I'm kind of just working it through, making them look a little bit fuller on the end. And I think this helps as well, because once you kind of brush up your eyebrows and you see exactly where you want them to be placed, you can really see what areas actually need to be filled in afterwards. So that's a really good tip. So to prep the eyes, I'm going to be using a new product that I picked up, I think it was last week while I was in Arizona, and it's basically like kind of like Painterly by MAC, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm just using that with my fingers to warm up the product. So I would say that this gives less coverage than the MAC paint pots, you know, the Painterlys and the soft ochre. But I do think it's important to use this, especially if you're doing a bright colour that's kind of see-through and transparent, because you want your base to basically be like a canvas. I don't do this all the time, but if I feel like I want the eye to look really blown out and nicely blended, I like to do it. So I've just applied that. You can go all the way up to the brow and just gets rid of any kind of veins you've got going on or any sort of imperfections. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using something new as well. I just got this MAC palette, picked out the colours myself. This is mainly for jobs that I'm doing, makeup jobs, but I'm going to be using this great colour here called Grandest Grape by MAC. And when I do a colourful smoky eye, I don't know why, well, I kind of do know why, I always like to start off with the brightest colour, just so I can see overall where I want the placement of the brightest colour. And then I always think when you blend other shadows with it, you can always tone it down and bring it back when you're using different colours, and then you can always add the colour back in depending on how much you want, and you can really step back and say, well, okay, I want it to be a bit more here or here. So I just like to go in with the brightest colour, and obviously I said I'm using Grandest Grape. So I'm just using a blending brush, and I'm just placing it basically just on the lid. It's not really a precise look, I'm just figuring out as I go along basically. So just blending on the lid, and I know I want quite a lot of pigment going on here. It's all about how it looks when you open your eyes. There's no point closing your eyes and doing it because you're not going to see what it looks like. So just look in the mirror when you do it and kind of look down. So I'm building up the colour slightly here and a little bit here. So once you've kind of got the idea going on, then you can go in with other colours. The other colour I'm using, I think is called Satellite Dreams. I'm not 100% sure. It's this one here. It's a lot more metallic. So also another thing to think about is playing with textures. So you could do a purple smoky eye, but you don't have to use all matte shades. I think it looks really nice to work on a matte shade and build it up with some texture. So this one has kind of a metallic shimmer to it. It's not too obvious, but it's definitely more cool tone than Grandest Grape. So with that, I'm just building it up in the outer corner now. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how that looks for now. I'm going to go in with the highlight shade, and I actually did try to use rice paper, but it is a little bit too yellowy. It's more for a gold kind of highlight look. So I'm going to use Phloof, is it Phloof instead? It kind of has a bit of a pink undertone going on, so it's perfect to use with any like pink or purple smoky eyes. And I'm going to use this brush here. This brush is a new brush. This is from Zoeva. This is the 224 Luxe Defined Crease. It's a little bit longer than a normal blending brush, so I think it's really good to apply highlight to really buff it out if you want that kind of editorial highlight going on. So I'm taking a bit of the Phloof, taking a bit on the back of my hand because this is a really bright colour, and I'm basically just working it into the tear duct. So when you turn your eye, you want to basically see the light going on here. Now I'm just taking Phloof as well, and I'm working it into the brow bone. Now I think that brow bone highlights can look dated and a bit 80s if you just do that brow bone highlight and you don't highlight your cheekbones, but I think it looks really gorgeous when you kind of turn your head, you have the highlight going on here, and it kind of works its way down to your cheekbone. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm just blending this. Okay, then we're going to take this big fluffy brush here. This is a really nice soft blending brush. You want to invest in really nice big fluffy blending brushes if you're going to invest in anything, and obviously other than that, a powder brush for your face. This is by Bobbi Brown. Really love this brush. And I'm taking a matte beige shade. This is Vanilla that I'm using. Is it Vanilla? Yeah. It looks like this. Let me show you. So now with Vanilla, I'm just kind of going over the blending work that I did. Don't worry if you drag it out too far, you can always correct that, but we're just basically blending everything so there's no kind of harsh lines. Then I'm going to go back in with my original blending brush, and I'm going to take the brightest colour again, like I mentioned before. So looking straight on, figure out where you want a little bit more placement. I'm going to go over the lid and slightly work it up a little bit here. Just so when you open your eye, you have a little bit of purple going on the kind of inner corner. Then I'm taking the metallic shade, Satellite Dreams, and then working that again. So to give the eye a bit more definition, I'm going to tightline the top and bottom waterline with this Aveda Eye Definer in Night Lily, and I'm going to do this off camera because it's kind of hard to film. So taking the Grandest Grape, I'm just going to go under and blend the eyeliner. I'm also going to take some Grandest Grape on the same brush and just apply it on the lash line on the top. So next you can just take the original blending brush and just go under and kind of smudge it down slightly. So now I'm going to apply some mascara to the top and bottom lashes just to blacken the lashes, so when we apply the false lashes everything blends in. So for lashes I'm going to be using the Allure Naturalites Natural Texture Lashes, and they look like this, and they're very full and flirty and fluttery, which is exactly the look I'm going for. So I'm just using my Shu Uemura eyelash applicator, which I love, both for when I apply my own makeup and on other people. And I just want to try and place it as close to the lash line as possible, since we're not going to be applying any eyeliner. So for base I'm going to mix two products. I'm going to mix the Revlon Photolights Face Illuminator and the Nearly Naked, which came out last year, and it's a really nice, I would say it's a medium coverage foundation, but it has a really nice glowing finish. So I'm going to mix a couple of bits of those two on the back of my hand. And in case you're wondering, I'm kind of like an NC20 and I'm in the colour Shell 130 in this. Taking a really small kind of drop of this. And I'm using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, which is a really, really good brush. And my face is actually kind of red at the moment because I did catch the sun while I was in Arizona when I was kind of horse riding and stuff. So it doesn't really look necessarily any more tanned. I just think my freckles have come out a lot. And I do like my freckles, but I kind of like the look of a clean kind of blank face. That makes sense. So just blending that in. So at the moment you can kind of see that it looks slightly a little bit too dewy because I did put kind of a heavy moisturiser on before. Probably shouldn't have used a moisturiser since this is a very dewy product. But anyway, it doesn't matter, we can always go over with powder. So I'm just going over with my MAC, the Mineralize Skinfinish Natural in Light Plus, just with a brush like this. So for concealer I'm using something quite light reflective. You just want to clean up the eyes nicely so you don't lose that kind of smokiness under the eyes, but you just want your real dark circles to go. So I'm just going to apply some here. Not really necessarily right under the eye, but just where the kind of shadows fall. And I'm just going to kind of tap that in rather than buff it in because that will lose the pigmentation. I'm going to tap it in with the 110 Face Shape brush by Aveda. Just pushing it in. And this is a really nice, lightweight, kind of undetectable concealer, so it's not going to give you that cake face that you really don't want when you're wearing a heavy eye. So I'm also going to set that too. So to sculpt the face I'm going to be using my Rouge Bunny Rouge bronzer, which actually reminds me a lot of the Chanel bronzer, is it? I think it's the Healthy Glow bronzer. So for lips, I think I'm going to use Peach Stock. I don't know, I kind of wanted to go for a real pink colour, but I didn't want this to be like a real pink purple look. So to make it more wearable, I'm going to go for Peach Stock. Peach Stock, I believe, is a pro shade, pro lipstick. So I think you can buy it online and in pro stores. Now, if you're particularly fair like me and you want something kind of a nude but not washing you out, Peach Stock is amazing because obviously it's peach and it's super flattering for people that are fair but have a very kind of yellow undertone. So that basically means that you're fair but you tan well in the summer, which is basically my story. So this is the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you for watching my videos, I really do appreciate it, and I hope you kind of pick something up along the way and find inspiration for your own makeup looks. And I'm just going to go now because my voice is about to die literally. Yeah, have a good day or evening wherever you are, and I'll see you soon. Bye.